What's going on, world? It's your boy Steve Dab 317. Got a different type of reaction. This is not a music reaction at all, but as you can see from the link kind of right above my head, whatever it is, wherever it is, it's titled Meet the 7'9" Giant Who is Too Tall for the NBA. Maybe it's clickbait, maybe it's not, I don't know, but I want to check this video out. Let's see what it's all about.
You are currently looking at Abiodun Adegoke, perhaps the biggest mystery in recent basketball history.
Man.
Because as you can see, Abiodun stands at 7'9", making him not only tied for the tallest basketball player to ever live, but also just in general, he is one of the tallest people in the world. And after Shaq himself shared Abiodun onto his Instagram story, the basketball community as a whole went crazy because who was this 7'9" mystery man?
Not only who was he, why is that man flooding like it?
As a whole went crazy because
but I guess when you hit the scales of 7'9", they probably ain't got a ton of stuff to fit you exactly perfect. So
who was this 7'9" mystery?
This chick you see the chick just walking around recording like
As a whole went crazy because who
look at this.
Was this 7'9" mystery man who could score the ball at will and would be the tallest player in NBA history? Well, the crazy thing is, before we can even answer that question, we have to ask, is Abiodun even a man or is he a teenager? Because reports have differed here. Some say Abiodun is a 14-year-old who could establish himself as one of the top international prospects in the world due to his height alone, while others say Abiodun is in his 20s and is pretending to be a 14-year-old. What? So,
alright, I will say, my little brother had two brothers who were adopted on their basketball team, and they did. No one knew exactly because of the language barrier. No one knew exactly how old they were, anything like that. They weren't sent over with any additional information, but they did some type of testing, and they were able to get like a decent gauge or ballpark or whatever. I guess they look at their development, or maybe they draw blood or something. I don't know. But anyway, they were able to get a ballpark of what age they thought they were. So.
What's up, guys? Mike here, and today we're looking at Abiodun Adegoke, one of basketball's biggest mysteries, and we're going to find out, does he have an NBA future in store for him, or instead is he a grown man pretending to be 14? This is an extremely interesting video to me personally, because if this 7'9" giant is 14, then sure, we could be looking at an NBA star. If he's in his 20s and pretending to be 14, then that's pretty weird. Now, before we jump into this video, I do want to say, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss.
Hey, listen, do y'all remember that, do y'all remember that, this is like within the last year, there was a football team that, had like college football players. They were obviously had a pretty horrible team, and they ended up losing to like a high school team or something crazy like that. I don't remember the details, but it was crazy.
Miss a video, and also please leave a like. It helps me out a ton with YouTube's algorithm. Now let's get into this, because when it comes to Abiodun Adegoke, for someone who is 7'9", there are some huge questions we need to ask before we even get into the main question, which is, of course, is he 14 or in his 20s? The side questions here are, where did he come from? Why did he suddenly just pop up on everyone's basketball radar? And if he is 14, why is he not considered a huge NBA prospect at this point in time? Well, as it stands, Abiodun is part of the MPAC Elite Youth League, a league that describes themselves as a competitive platform for elite players at a global level. And being completely honest here, there's not a ton of footage of Abiodun in games, but that is part of the mystery here. Because sure, Abiodun suffers from the same problems that a lot of giant people suffer from. He's slow, he can't really jump, I get it. But he's also 7'9", so you would think some American scout would want to take a chance and develop him, either at the college level or in the G League, or maybe with his height, he could even be placed at the end of an NBA bench. Now, if Abiodun were to play professional basketball, he would immediately tie the record for the tallest basketball player of all time with Sun Ming Ming, who also stands at 7'9", and personally, I don't think playing professional basketball in general is a stretch here. When it comes to the NBA, that might be a different story. However, if Abiodun's body does hold up, which of course is a huge question, but if it does hold up, well then having a player who can block shots and dunk the basketball basketball without even jumping would certainly be an advantage for some teams, at least in certain situations. With that said, the NBA has shown exactly zero interest in Abiodun. He is not listed as a
There must be very little video because they keep showing these same handful of clips again and again.
prospect anywhere I looked, and is the reason for that his height? I say this because the tallest basketball player ever, Gorgui Morichan, and guys, I've got to say, I am very sorry for the pronunciations of these names. I'm horrible with pronunciations, please bear with me. However, Gorgui Morichan was 7'7", and he was really only able to play in 4 full seasons before injuries did get the best of him. The same thing happened with Yao Ming. Yao was an absolute star at the NBA level. He was an all-star, he was an all-NBA type player, but then
did he get his shot blocked by like what's that dude's name? What's the dude's name who tried boxing and got knocked out by jeez, I can't believe I'm drawing blank. Like I don't watch the NBA anymore, but I do remember because I know he could jump real high. I know he could dunk, but I'm pretty sure he blocked that Yao Ming shot. I can't think of his name right now.
Injuries got the best of him because of his height. So we can definitely consider Abiodun an injury risk going forward. I really hope that throughout his basketball career he is able to stay healthy, but with that in mind, I do have to say that there is a lot of risk when you are this tall. So maybe that is why the NBA is not interested. Maybe he's just too tall, and maybe the NBA doesn't want to deal with the injury concerns there, the lack of speed, the lack of athleticism. I mean, in basketball, height is usually an advantage unless you are 7'9" and pretty much immobile. However, we have seen tall players like this in the past reach the NBA level, or at least play in college or in other professional leagues, so maybe the problem is not Abiodun.
Alright, I'm actually go because it's like a 10-minute video and they keep showing. Alright, so there's some information.
Some years ago, a gentleman in Ibadan contacted me about a young boy who needed the support of sport to save his life. The man told me the boy was about 16 or 17 at the time and that he was divinely physically made for the game of basketball because he was over 7 foot tall. Segun would go on to talk about how Abiodun could not even attend school before this due to the bullying he would get because he was so tall, and I'm sure you've noticed Abiodun's bad posture. Well, Segun stated that he became physically bent over as a result of crouching indoors to prevent his head from being chopped off by the blades of the ceiling fan in their rented, modest room and parlor accommodation that he shared with his siblings and very worried parents. That in itself is a crazy story, and from there, Segun claims that he got Abiodun a full scholarship to Segun Adigbami International College and Sport Academy, or SOCA, a much easier name to say, and that college coaches were being contacted to recruit Abiodun. However, Abiodun dropped.
Alright, I won't say it's an interesting story, but watching these same 4 or 5 clips on the loop just gets a little bit old, a little bit redundant, so I'm going to cut this video here. But listen, hey, I'll put a link down in the description if you want to go check out the full video. I'm sure the guy who made this video had a ton of important things to say. But like I said, I just clicked it because I was curious because it says somebody's 7'9", playing basketball. I just wanted to see what he has. So anyways, that's going to be it for this one. Appreciate you checking it out. Steve Dab 317. I'm signing out. Peace.